In this video, I'm going to be comparing Tubi to over-the-air TV from two over-the-air TV broadcasts, WSVN from Miami, Florida, and WFLX from West Palm Beach, Florida. In my opinion, there's pros and cons to using over-the-air TV and Tubi. With over-the-air TV, you can actually do cool things like picture-in-picture, which I'm going to be showing you guys in a minute. You can also DVR the entire Super Bowl, which is something that is not available. There's no on-demand copy of the Super Bowl unless you pirate, which I don't recommend doing. Having a legal copy that you can keep basically pretty much forever of the Super Bowl is a really cool thing. That's why I have historically DVR'd Super Bowl broadcast with ATSC 1.0 with my Plex servers. Also, this is going to be a pretty casual video. I'm going to leave timestamps in the description below. Didn't really edit this very much. This is basically just kind of a casual what it would have been like if you were in the room with me testing some of this out. So keep in mind the pros for Tubi is that it's free with an internet connection and it is in 4K. Now, you do have to sign up for an account. I happen to have an account already, so I had to sign in. I hadn't used Tubi in a while, so I had to sign in. So I signed in, and after I signed in, it allowed me to access the Super Bowl. But keep in mind, unless you signed in, there's no way to access the Super Bowl. And this is so that you can be on their email list and they can get some data collection out of you, which is, in my opinion, understandable based on the fact that they are providing a free 4K stream of the Super Bowl. What they do with that data collection, though, I'm not as big of a fan of, but I'm not going to get into that in this video, so let's get going. Okay, so I have signed in. Let's click Watch Live. I have an Apple developer account. I just want to zoom in briefly and just show you something that stuck out to me. I've got a gigabit internet connection with the Apple TV. When I first popped into it, it would not go into 4K. It was stuck at 720p for a little while, and it said that the network bandwidth was only about 15 megabits per second. So that screams that there was a big, huge surge where that CDN that I'm getting the service from currently is not able to supply an adequate experience. So if you look right now, natural size, it does say that it's coming in 4K right now. It says that the video range is SDR and not HDR. I don't know if you can see that up here. It's saying SDR. Also, we'll just wait for this graphic to go away here. Also, it says that the average bitrate for the video has been 10 megabits per second. The peak that's been indicated is 21, and the average peak has been about 15, or a little under 15. So they are delivering 4K in HEVC, and it is going up the average here. So they said that it's supposed to be about 15 megabits per second. We're going to see if this can sustain at that 15 megabits per second at 4K the entire Super Bowl. I'm going to see if this can sustain it. Frame rate is 60 frames per second as expected. This feed that Tubi is getting right now, let me actually just take a second just to look at it. It does look good. You can definitely tell that it's not native 4K. It's crazy because what they're using is a 1080p HDR source feed, and they are upscaling it at Fox in 4K. But the problem is they're using all of this unnecessary CDN bandwidth for something that, quite honestly, my TV could do itself, and honestly have results that are somewhat similar for the quality here. It does look good. I am seeing some artifacting right where the KC in Philadelphia. By the way, this graphics that they've got, it's super simplistic. I don't know why I'm not a big fan of the graphics. I think it looks way too simplistic, but I am noticing some issues right where the graphics end and where the actual video feed is in the background there. I am noticing a little bit of artifacting, especially during fast moving scenes. something that you don't really see as much on like Canadian over-the-air TV when the bit rate is super high at like 18, 19 megabits per second for MPEG 2 with 1080i 59.94. Startup time it's saying was 0.05 seconds, so very good startup time. They're using Apple's built-in media player in the Tubi app, so that's nice to see. They're using EC3 for audio. It's 6-channel audio, so it's 5.1 audio, 48 kilohertz sample rate. Yeah, it is SDR, but it's upscaling it on my TV to HDR10. Yeah, the bit rate is not 15. It is struggling to manage 11 right now, but it's still 4K, so it's managing 4K. But it's 4K at only 11 megabits per second. So with a indicated peak of 22 and an average peak of 15. I mean, these are some fast moving scenes, and the average bitrate for the video is not super high. I mean, to give you an idea, 1080p HDR, 1080p 60 HDR ATSC 3 content can be as high as like 4 or 5 megabits per second average, like 4 megabits per second average. So 4K is 4 times the resolution, so you should be allocating at least 16 megabits per second for it to be on par. So this is lacking in quality a little bit here. It does look good. It does look good. This does look good. We'll see as time goes on how well this is able to sustain it. Network bandwidth has improved. When it first started, it was not good at all for like the first minute. It was really, really bad for the first minute.
See you, coach.
Yeah, you can really tell it's 60 frames per second in these scenes. And this ad, the face is turning and everything, you can definitely tell it's 60 frames per second. Yep, look at the average video bitrate just dropped down to 8 megabits per second, 8.73, 8.59. It keeps going down, 8.36, and it's still 4K, so it is really starting to compress right now. Let me restart it here, see if we can get a cleaner. Yep, so the average is about 11, 12 it's saying now, 11. Network bandwidth is good. 250, it's been varying a lot. Yeah, so again, this is extremely CDN dependent. So I guess wherever my closest CDN is in Miami, it is coming in pretty good right now for the start. I have had some problems with the bit rate for the video dropping a lot, especially during fast moving scenes where I think that the bit rate would actually increase, and it's been struggling to get over 12 megabits per second with dips as low as like 7 or 8, but it's been maintaining that 2160p resolution. But so far, no problems with stable playback for the CDN that is closest to me, at least in Miami, for whatever Fox is using. I'm not sure what Fox is using. I don't know who their CDN provider or providers are, but it's been coming in good here. So I guess the question that we've all been waiting for is how does this compare to over-the-air TV? Yeah, I want to exit. Okay. So we're going to refresh this. I'm going to go to channels.
Who will keep the American people safe? Us?
So now that we've got this up here, we're going to keep this in picture-in-picture. This makes it very easy. Again, it's probably delayed to like maybe a second for doing it this way with over-the-air TV. So technically this is even worse for OTA than it normally would be, but this is a very easy way to test because I can keep the over-the-air TV in the corner, and then I can have Tubi going.
There are a ton of football matches.
Games, football games.
Vorrei rigatoni alla matriciana, per favore.
Oh, what he said.
That is a big hat.
It's American. Of course it's big.
What?
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
No.
Wow.
Why is that?
So hot. Is that
Tubi is actually ahead of the over-the-air TV.
dinner t-shirt?
Privacy.
We should
Now this is the most optimal conditions for Tubi. Yeah, damn. So my local affiliate is behind. Wow. Now let me just make sure when I get out of the stuff and I like go into the app, does it pause it at all?
birthday cake comes in. It is so cute. My dad did.
Lunch.
Pizza.
Wow. Let's test this out again, because this is pretty incredible. If we go back to, I just want to make sure that there's no delay going on. My affiliate, I don't know if it's WSVN, if it's their issue, but oh my gosh. I just want to make sure, let me do this again to make sure that there's no delay here when I tap into Tubi. Yeah, so it keeps playing, it's not stopping at all. That's important to know. Okay, so I'm gonna now try WFLX out of West Palm Beach. So I just wanna show you 7 here, the Fox 7.1. This is WSVN, this is out of Miami. So I already showed the results for that. I'm curious how the other affiliate out of West Palm Beach is handling this. So, yeah. All right, this is out of West Palm. Let's go quickly show the stats. Yep, obviously the bitrate is way better with Tubi. Although I will say the audio bitrate is actually better over the air, because if you notice, the bitrate is 448 kilobits per second for 6-channel AC3, and Fox is using EC3. As you can see, symbols 100%. They're having some errors at the Fox end right now. You can just see here. Bring it out. We'll go to Tubi. All right, so Tubi versus WFLX.
In this offense so far, 7-0 Philadelphia here from New Orleans.
Ooh, WFLX is ahead. Yeah, so I am scratching my head right now. WSVN must be really, really behind. I'm gonna try out WSVN again, and let's go back to 7.
For the Ultras.
Oh, we're kind of at a high level.
Fascinating.
You guys sure you want this? Please serve.
And we'll go to Tubi. And we'll see here. Didn't delay at all, it's still live.
Playing for those ultras. Big up ultras.
Yeah, WSVN is way behind. So let's see how many seconds Tubi is ahead of WSVN here. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. It's about 2 seconds.
Music Super Bowl 59 halftime show coming up soon.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. It's like it's a couple seconds behind Tubi. Very, very interesting. Let's try this again out of Palm Beach. West Palm Beach here. I think it shows that it just really depends on the affiliate, because Palm Beach here is ahead of Tubi. All right, I'm back on the Tubi feed. But on the other HDMI input here, I have the 80TH box with the ATSC 3.0. And as you can see, it's a completely different ad right now. It's not even the same ad that's on Tubi because of how far behind the ATSC 3.0. This Tubi is actually way ahead of the ATSC 3.0.
The stakes have never been higher. Rescue High Surf, all new tomorrow at 9 on Fox. Have never been higher. Rescue High Surf, all new tomorrow at 9 on Fox.
Also, I just want to listen.
Somebody will get the Lombardi Trophy in just half an hour from now. And how
This audio sounds like
the Eagles are in
garbage.
control.
Vic Fangio's defense, that front four has been dominant in the first half. Now when they're third and 9.
The video is absolutely abysmal. It looks so bad. I mean, this looks like borderline 480p. It is so bit starved. And I can tell they're allocating enough HEVC data capacity. It is a product of them using, in my opinion, from what I can tell, the ATSC 1.0 feed, which is extremely bit starved, and using it as the feed for their ATSC 3 operations here. If I bring it over to the Tubi, it looks really, really good. That hasn't even hit that ad yet. Alright, I'm going to try to mute this so that I don't get copyrighted, but I just want to try to... Look at those compression artifacts. This is the ATSC 3.0. There are so many compression artifacts. Stuff like this really bothers me, which is why I've always gone the Blu-ray and over-the-air TV route when consuming media. Yeah, oh my god, it's night and day. Look at that. Holy crap, look at this. No compression artifacts at all, nowhere near. I mean, there still are, like I pointed out earlier, but oh my gosh, this looks amazing. So, and that's the other thing is, look at the network bandwidth is nearly 400 megabits per second. It's been varying a lot, but the internet connection has been handling this extremely well. I've got a gigabit per second connection on my Apple TV, hardwired. This has been absolutely phenomenal. It's been amazing. So nowhere near the compression artifacts. It looks absolutely beautiful in comparison. Now, I was curious the day after what the results would be with actual studies that were done, and sure enough, Tubi was way ahead of all of the competition. This was a study done by Phoenix during the Super Bowl, and as you can see, they concluded that Tubi was way ahead of all of the other streamers that were broadcasting the Super Bowl. So I got to give credit to Fox. They really got their stuff together when they did this. I would not be surprised if this set them back a lot of money. High quality and not have problems like this will cost a lot of money. Now, to summarize, the clear winner, in my opinion, was definitely Tubi. It did not buffer the entire time I was watching the Super Bowl. Off camera for the majority of the game. When I watched the second half without recording, it was perfectly fine. Unfortunately, there are many people online that did complain, and like I said before, it's very CDN dependent. So depending on where you're at, there may be other problems that are geographical problems. Also, there's a chance that these folks don't have a good connection to the client that they're streaming it with, whether it's a wireless connection that's no good or a poor internet connection, stuff like that. Stuff that's honestly out of Fox's control that also could be explaining some of this. But anyway, basically what I just wanted to say is Tubi was the best option. Tubi looked amazing. The broadcasters need to step up their game. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.